Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you a Magnet Warrior deck. I mentioned a couple of videos back that I finally got Valkyrion from the last Yugi event. So I decided to go ahead and try it out. Unfortunately, I've only been able to get 2 Delta from the card trader. Definitely run 3 if you're gonna use this deck, because he's the main combo piece of the deck. That's how you get Valkyrion out. So this is kind of I call it a turbo deck, because you want to get Valkyrion out as soon as possible. You run 8 of the Magnet Warriors. Run whatever 8 you have. I have 3. I run 3 Gamma, 3 Beta, 1 Alpha. I mean 2 Alpha. Because we're running such a heavy number of vanillas, we do run 2 Order to Charge, 2 enemy controllers, because it's still the best card in the game. And also you can tribute take using Delta, and then you can activate Delta from the graveyard to summon Valkyrion. If you don't know how Delta works, basically when it's sent to the grave, if you have 3 of your vanillas in grave, you can banish them and summon Valkyrion from your hand or deck. I run 1 Sorcerer's Spell Wall because it makes all these monsters, all the vanilla ones, 1900 or better, which is a pretty good wall, and it also boosts their attack during your turn. 1 Nobleman of Extermination because it's a pretty aggressive deck, so you're trying to end your opponent quickly, so you don't want to get stalled by back row. And this is what makes the deck turbo, in my opinion. Needlebug Nest. The card sends the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So we do this to get all of our vanillas in the grave and activate Delta. I also use Feather of Defeat just because it helps you put some more vanillas in the grave. Something very important though, if you want to run this deck, you need at least 2 Valkyrion. I don't recommend you use Needlebug Nest if you only have 1 of them, because I send 1 to the grave a lot of times. You're sending 25% of your deck to the graveyard, so chances are you're gonna be sending 1 of those to the grave. So if you only have 1, replace those 2 cards for something else. Only run this version if you have 2 or more. And again, I would just replace 1 of the alphas for the other Delta if I had it. Let's go ahead and get you into the replays. So the new box came out. I posted a pack opening video. I got a bunch of cool stuff. I have so many deck ideas that I want to bring to the channel. I'm actually working on a zombie deck right now, and so far it's going well. But let's do Magnet Warriors now. So we're going up against Mai. I go first. I'm sorry, she goes first. She sets 2 back row and summons Sonic Duck. Yeah, Sonic Duck in attack mode. My hand's not too great. I go for the Nobleman of Extermination. Getting rid of her mirror walls. I don't know why she didn't chain. I guess she just wanted to get rid of mine, but I don't run any, so it's okay. I set 1 of the Deltas and Needlebug Nest because I'm hoping to mill enough monsters from Needlebug that when they destroy my Delta, I can summon Valkyrion. That was the thought process. And I didn't want to summon an attack because I didn't want to give away what I was playing. So as soon as she attacks, I activate my Needlebug. I get lucky enough that I do hit 3 of the vanillas, but as you saw, I also milled 1 of the Valkyrion, so that's why you need to run 2 for this version. So anyway, I banished those 3 vanillas, and I summon my Valkyrion from deck. Luckily, that's not an order to charge, or that would have screwed me. I summon my Beta the Magnet Warrior and attack the Sonic Bird, and then I try to destroy the Sonic Duck with Valkyrion. However, she does have Sphere Kuriboh. So she's running Relinquished, which is definitely a big threat to my Valkyrion. So actually, what I decide to do, she destroys my Beta with Sonic Duck. So what I decide to do in my turn is activate my skill and actually mill one of her cards. And look at that, I get the Relinquished out of the game, and they immediately rage quit. So it was definitely one of those moments where I just felt like there was a top deck coming for her, and that's the cool thing about Tether of Defeat, that once you don't need to mill anything, you can just start milling your opponent's deck. That definitely came in clutch there. Next is a Weevil. All these games were in the ladder, but the ladder did reset, so they were mostly through the silver ranks. And this time I am going first. I have Sorcerer's Spell Wall, which is great. Even though we're going up against Weevil and they don't usually attack. He's running Parasite Infestation. I only get one of them in my deck, so that's good. I set my Gamma and just end turn. So he sets one monster, activates Burning Land, which sucks because now my spell wall is gone. I didn't think about that. I probably should have waited. But anyway, I take 500 damage. I have my Needlebug Nest, so I go ahead and set that, and I go for the double attack. Unfortunately for me, it is the Cocoon of Evolution, so I take 300 damage, and I just have to end my turn. So he summons Panda, destroys my Gamma, and sets one card face down. I believe I activate my Nobleman first. Yeah, I lose 500. I activate my Nobleman first. Oh, I remember this game now. To get rid of the face down, which was Windstorm. Oh no, it was Mirror Ball. Anyway, I activate my Needlebug Nest. There's already one vanilla in the grave, so I only need two, and hopefully a delta. And I believe I get just that. Yeah. So that's the cool thing. If you have your vanillas in grave already and you mill a delta, it'll activate. It doesn't have to be sent from the field. So I special summon my Valkyrion, and I go for game by chaining my enemy controller onto the cocoon during the battle step, so that he can no longer activate Kuriboh. That's always a pretty cool play to do with enemy controller. You turn your toggle onto on, and you're gonna see three prompts. One of them will say attack declaration. You skip that one, and once you're in battle step, they can't activate Kuriboh anymore. So during the battle step, I activated the Econ and flipped the Cocoon of Evolution, just hit him for a game. This deck, I don't know if you guys have ever seen someone run this random of a deck. This is why I saved the replay. I actually thought I was gonna lose this game, but just the deck that my opponent's playing and the amount of luck he was getting, like I could not understand. So I summon my Beta in attack mode, activate order to charge to destroy the Dunamis Dark Witch, and then I go for the Needlebug play. Unfortunately, I think I only get two warriors, maybe two of the vanillas. Oh no, I did get the three because I'm sending the Delta with the other Delta's effect. And then I summon my Valkyrion. I'm sorry, this is not the deck that I was talking about. This is just a quick OTK that I was able to do. Yeah, it might be the next replay where I was just playing some really random Bandit Keith deck. But anyway, that was an easy win. Um, that's why running multiple deltas is so good, because they can pitch each other from the deck to the grave in order to trigger the effect. Or you can just send a vanilla. Oh yeah, I think that's the duel, that last duel. Anyway. Or maybe I didn't save it, I can't remember. So this is Paradox Brother. This is actually 3-star demotion Dark Magician. Which is a really strong deck, as you guys know, and probably the reason why Dark Magician is getting limited to 1 if it does get limited. So he goes first. I'm sorry, I go first. I set my Needlebug and my Better the Magna Warrior. I drew into a Valkyrion, which sucks. That's one thing that sucks about running multiples, but like I said, in this particular version you absolutely have to run 2. So he activates 3-star demotion, summons Dark Magician, goes for the Supremacy Berry, but sets no back row. So that was perfect for me. I draw, luckily I get my enemy controller, and then I go for Needlebug Nest. I dump just enough vanilla monsters to be able to summon my Valkyrion. I still send one more vanilla to the grave just to deck then in case I don't win next turn. And then I go for the play that I was telling you earlier. You econ take, and then Delta is going to trigger in the graveyard. So not only did I take his Dark Magician, I also got to summon my Valkyrion from the deck. And at this point, even if he had an answer, he probably didn't use it because he had no out to Valkyrion. I don't think, as besides 1,000 Knives, I don't see what else Dark Magician has that can take down Valkyrion. So just an easy win. And then let's go into our last replay, which may or may not be the one I was telling you guys about. Keith Omar. So he's running balance.
Challenging me to a duel is
I go first. I set my Needlebug Nest, set one of my betas, and activate the Sorcerer Spell Wall. Because that puts him at 1900 defense, so it's actually better for me to summon in defense. Yeah, this is the one. This is the deck. So look at this play. He goes Relinquish turn 1, but he doesn't search anything with Sonic Bird, which I did not understand at all. And especially because he had Thunder Dragon in hand. So he searches to, like, I have no idea why he didn't just tribute one of those to summon Relinquish. But the duel just keeps getting weirder and weirder. So he takes my beta, which sucks. And then just ends turn. He did set 1 back row. I activate my Needlebug Nest. Unfortunately, I do get rid of one of my deltas, but there was only 2 vanillas in the grave, so I couldn't summon Valkyrion, and I have to just play defensively. So he tributes his Relinquish to summon Thunder Dragon. Have you ever seen that in your life? Because I know I haven't. I was just baffled. Whoa, I'm sorry, my air server just crapped up. I apologize for that. Let me see if I can get it fixed real quick. I don't know what's been going on with air server this past couple days. But I do apologize for that. I might need to update it. So anyway, he tributes his Relinquish, again I've never seen before, and attacks into my beta. He can't get over it. I draw into Nobleman of Extermination, target the Wild Tornado. He chains, I guess because he didn't want the rest of them to get banished. So I switch my beta into attack mode, summon my other one, and get over the Thunder Dragon and attack directly for 2000. And this is when it gets even weirder, because Thunder Dragon, Sonic Bird, Relinquish, that goes together. But then my opponent, out of nowhere, just top decks the Kaiba Man Blue Eyes play. I was like, okay, so Thunder Dragon, Relinquish, Kaiba Man Blue Eyes. I have no idea what this guy's playing. And it sucks because I have no answer for that Blue Eyes. So he attacks into my beta. I can't do anything about it. I draw into Gamma. I start milling his deck. And the reason why I'm not milling my deck anymore is because I don't want to mill the second Delta. I'm not sure why Konami made it this way, but cards won't trigger off of skills. So even if I dump my Delta into the grave, it's not going to be able to activate its effect because I'm using a skill. I don't know. So I just start. I just mill his deck, which was great because I hit his other Relinquished, and I'm just playing defensively until I get my Delta and hopefully summon my Valkyrion. So meanwhile, he's just destroying my monsters. I'm getting low on cards. I'm down to 7, but I finally draw into my second Delta. He activates Jar of Greed, another random card, and then he flips Kaiba Man. He said a Kaiba Man. Why? I have no idea. But he comes up with the second Blue Eyes, and luckily for me though, this will destroy both of my monsters, so I'm guaranteed Valkyrion this turn. He destroys the Gamma, then destroys the Delta. Delta banishes 3, and I get my Valkyrion from the deck. So I do get very lucky right here, and I top deck into enemy controller, which once again, being the best card that it is, it's gonna come through for me and win me the game. I attack one of the Blue Eyes, and then I just tribute my Valkyrion to take his other Blue Eyes and end the game by attacking directly. So super weird deck, but you know, it worked for him. Either he got really lucky or that's just a really good deck. I was just afraid that I was gonna lose to such a random deck. Luckily I was able to pull out the win. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. Again, cater this deck to what you have. If you have 3 Deltas, definitely put 3 Deltas in. You might not want the Nobleman. You can add Windstorm, Mirror Wall, something like that. And if you only have 1 Valkyrion, definitely don't use Needlebug. But anyway, as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And till next time.